Okay, so next we'll continue our discussion on function of complex variable. So complex variable basically there is a complex plane on the organ complex plane on the organ plane. There are infinite number of points. So if you take any one of the point on the organ plane, and this point is arbitrary point. So so z is equal to z be any point, and z is the complex variable. Okay, so z is equal to say x plus iy. So x and y are the variable, so are the arbitrary values in the real analysis actually. So or x and y are the arbitrary values of real variables. Okay, so variable is basically the symbol is z. So z takes any one of the values in the complex number, then z is called the complex variable. Okay, so the set of the points in the complex number or the complex plane is called the complex variable, and the complex variable is not an arbitrary, is actually the variable point, and for this is a differ for the different point of the complex plane. Okay, so now we'll talk about the function of a complex function of complex variable. This is actually the complex variable, and this complex variable on the domain D. So let D and R be any two non-empty point set in the complex plane. Okay, so D, this is the domain and R is the range set. Okay, so a complex variable W, and W in the range set is said to be the function of the complex variable z, and z is in the domain D if to every value of z corresponding one or more values of the function of z, it is written as W is equal to f of z. That is, so there are two set, and the first set is the domain set and second set is the codomain set. Okay, so the first, for any values in the domain set, and say z, and z be the variable points. So for any values in the domain set z, we can find one or more points or more values of the codomain set, then W is equal to f of z is said to be the function of complex variable, and f of z is in the range set. Okay, so let take z is equal to x plus iy, and x plus iy, this is the complex point, complex variable, and where x and y are the real numbers, and let w is equal to e plus ip. So z is in the domain set, and w is in the range set. Then that's why u and v are both the functions of real variables. Why they are real variables? Because the domain set is the function of x and y. Okay, that's why u and v are the real variables, and it may be written as w is equal to f of z. This is the function, and f of z is equal to u of x comma y, u is the function of x comma y, plus I into v of x comma y. So here d is the domain and r is the range set range of the function f. Okay, so I'll take some examples on complex variable. So first one is f of z. I'll take an arbitrary example on the complex variables, function of complex variables. Say f of z is equal to a complex or the polynomial functions of z. Say z to the power 4 minus 3z cube plus z squared. Okay, this is the complex variables. This is actually the complex polynomial function of z, and is called the rational integral function of z. Okay, of the complex variable. Second, I will take f of z is equal to cos z or sin z or tan z, but z is this is the complex variable. Is called the trigonometric function of z. This is also the complex functions on the organ plane. Next, I will take f of z is equal to z plus 3 by z minus 2. Okay, z plus 3 by z minus 2. This is the fractional function, z plus 3 by z minus 2. So this function is also the rational function of z, and whose domain is entire complex plane. This is the domain is actually the entire complex plane except the point z is equal to 2. So you know in the domain z minus domain is actually the z minus 2. So at the point z is equal to 2, this is the undefined function. Okay. So the domain set is actually all the complex plane except at the point z is equal to 2. Okay. And you know the range set is actually there is a range set also, and range set after calculating we will find w is equal to something, and at that point the function is not the defined. Okay, so here is one more example on this slide. Consider the function f such that s to c. So S is the set of complex points. This is actually the domain set, and C is the range set, and F is the function. On the connecting with domain and range is given by, and F is the relation, you know, and F is equal to F of Z is equal to Z squared. Okay. So and but S is equal to, so S is the domain set, and S is actually the circle, and whose center at the point 0 and radius is 2. So all the points, the domain set is actually the points whose radius or the circle whose radius is at 0 and center is at radius is 2 and the center is 0. Okay, so using polar coordinate, it is easy to see that the range set of this function is basically f of z is equal to, this is also the circle, but the radius is not 2, radius is actually 4. Why it is 4? The function is, the given function is f of z is equal to z square. So any point in in the circle is say 1.5. Okay, 1.5 comma 0. So 1.5 comma 0 is the point in the domain set. Why it is in the domain set? Because this is a good circle, so whose center at the point 0 but radius is 2. So 1.5 comma 0 is the point in that circle. Okay, so according to this relation, we will take a point on the range set, and the point is 1.5 square comma 0. So 1.5 square is actually, after calculation will get 2.25. Okay, so 2.25 comma 0. So 2.25 comma 0 is not is lies in that set, but it is lies in that set. Okay, in that circle. Here the radius is 4, so 2.25 is the point in that circle. Okay, whose radius is 4 and the center is 0. It is basically this is the example of a complex functions. So where this one is a circle whose center at 0 but radius is 2. So S is actually those points whose who satisfies mod of z less than 2. And the range set, according to this problem, the range set is W, and all these points W is belongs to C, and so that modulus of W is less than 4. Okay, and if you take f of z is equal to z to the power 3, what will be the range set of this function? And then there is a change between domain. Domain set is fixed, but the range set will be changed. So range set is the modulus of z is less than 8. Okay, when f of z is equal to z to the power 3. Is actually the complex point, a complex variable. So next we are going to discuss about the limit of the functions. So what is the limit of a function? So the limit of a function is actually, the concept of the limit of a function is a complex function is exactly same as the real variables or real analysis. Okay. So for example, say f of z tends to L as z tends to z0. This is actually the mathematical expansion or expression of limit function, as the limit z tends to z0, f of z tends to A, or it can be written as limit z tends to z0 in mathematically z tends to z0, f of z is equal to A. This is the limit. So and if for any epsilon greater than 0, you know, there exists delta greater than 0 such that modulus of fz minus L is less than epsilon whenever 0 less than modulus of z minus z0 less than delta. Okay, this is the function, limit of a function. So definition of limit of a function. So next we will study with the existence of limit. This is very important for when we will solve some problem, and this is basically on the existence of limit. Okay, so existence of limit is actually is the concept of the left hand and right hand limit, is in the real variable. We have already, and I think all of you know this one. The left hand limit, when the left hand limit and the right hand limit are equal, then the limit is exist. And in the real variable, I know all of you know what is the existence of limit in the real variables. So this is actually when the left hand limit and right hand limit are equal, then the limit is exist in the real variable, and otherwise the limit does not exist. Okay, but there is just some slightly change in complex variable. So so that in that case, the existence of limit is actually, okay, there is two path. Okay, so first path you say C1, and the second path is C2. So C1 and C2 are not the same actually. So C1 is the curve, and C2 is the straight line, and C1 is equal to y is equal to phi of x, and C2 is equal to y is equal to psi of x. So C1 and C2 are not equal. Okay, so for different path, if the limiting value are different, that means this one. Okay, the limit z tends to a along the path C1, f of z is not equal to limit z tends to a along the path C2. So if this the two different path, the limiting value are different, then I will say the limit does not exist. And if for different path the limiting value are same, and in that case there are infinite number of paths. Okay, so for infinite number, or for any arbitrary path, if we take the same limiting value, then we will say the limit is exist. Okay, this is called the existence of limit. It's very important for finding any limiting value of the function. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the continuity of a function and continuity of a region. So continuity of a function is basically is a function of is continuous at the point z0 if f of z minus f of z0, f of z is equal to f of z0 as z tends to z0. This is actually similar as the continuity of real variables. Okay, so and z0, if the function f of z is continuous in the whole region of the domain, then it is called the continuity of a region. Okay, so for there is an example of continuity of a region, f of z is equal to z square. Okay, so this is actually the complex function, and is continuous in the region modulus of z is less or equal to 1. So this is actually the circle whose center at the point 0 and radius is 1. So the function is continuous at any point in that region. Okay, the example of continuity. Okay, there is some example, some theorem on complex continuity. So for the first theorem is necessary and sufficient condition of a function f of z is equal to e plus iv to be continuous at the point z is equal to x plus iy, such that u of x comma y and v of x comma y be continuous at z0 comma y0. Okay, so that means the function, this is actually theorem on the continuity. There is no proof of this of your syllabus. So the theorem is actually if the function f of z is equal to u plus iv to be a continuous at the point z0, and z0 is equal to x0 plus y0. These two function are the variable functions. Okay, so this continuous at the point z0. Z0 is actually fixed point, such that u of x comma y and v of x comma y both are continuous. So if both functions are continuous, then I will say f of z is continuous function. Okay, this is the necessary and sufficient condition of the function f of z is continuous. So next theorem is actually if the function f of z and g of z, there are two functions fz and gz, two functions are on the complex plane or the organ plane. Okay, is said to be continuous in the domain D at the point z is equal to z0, then the following properties are hold. Okay, or satisfied. So the first property is p into f of z plus q into g of z are continuous at the point z is equal to z0. where p and q are the constant function. And next one is actually fz into gz, that is the product of two functions is a complex function, you know. The product of two complex functions are also continuous at that point, and the division of the two functions fz by gz, where gz is not equals to 0. If gz is equals to 0, then this function is not defined. Okay, so when gz is not equals to 0, then it is also continuous at z is equal to z. Okay, this is actually the properties of complex continuity. So next we are going to discuss about some examples of complex function continuity and limit. So here is the example, and the proof that limit z tends to 0, z bar by z does not exist. Okay, so you know z bar is actually the conjugate of z, and z, you know, z is a complex variable. So actually it does not exist. That means, you know, I have already discussed in previous slide. The function or the limiting value does not exist if for different path the limit are not exist. Okay, that's then we will say limit z tends to a or z tends to b, any points, the function is not exist or does not exist. So let here z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, you know, z is equal to the complex variable, complex function, z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, so then z bar is equal to, you know, z is equal to x plus iy, and z bar, you know, z bar is equal to is the conjugate of z, and you know the conjugate of z is equal to x minus iy. Okay, so therefore from this we will get z bar by z, and z bar by z is equal to x minus iy by x plus iy. Okay, so x minus iy is the conjugate of z, and z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, z is equal to, you know, is a complex variable. So we are going to prove that if for the two different paths the limiting value, if the limiting value are different for two different paths, then I will say the limit does not exist, otherwise the limit is exist. Okay, so first of all we will take y is equal to we will take x axis as when z tends to 0. So you know, when z tends to 0, so I will take either x is equal to 0 or y is equal to 0. So when we will take x along x y is equal to 0, that is x axis, and then the limit z tends to 0, z bar by z, and it will be from this it will give the value is equal to 1. Okay, so limit as x tends to 0 where y is 0, so x by x is equals to, after cancelling from numerator and denominator, x we will get 1. Okay, so limiting value is 1 when y is equal to 0. So this is the path. Okay, and this path is through z is through z is equal to 0, that is along the origin. Okay, so next we are going to take one more path and say this one is equal to x is equal to 0, that is along y axis. So and along y axis is also passing through the point 0, 0, that is z is equal to 0. So these two paths, that is y is equal to 0, that is along x axis, and x is equal to 0 along y axis, these two paths are also passes through the point 0, 0. So they satisfy this part. Okay, according to that we this will give the point value is actually minus 1. So limit z tends to 0, z bar by z will give is actually minus 1. Look at here. So after cancelling y, we will get this one minus 1. Okay, so I will take first path is y is equal to 0, second path is x is equal to 0. So for the different path, we will get the different value, minus 1 and minus 1, this one, and this one is plus 1. So you know, this is actually the existence of limit. So I have mentioned in the previous slide that the when two paths for the different path, the limiting value are different, then the limit does not exist. So this is actually this limit is not exist. Why this is not exist? Because for the different path, the limiting value are different. Okay. So therefore limit z tends to 0, z bar by z has different value along different path, hence limit z tends to 0, z bar by z does not exist. Okay, this is the proof of the first theorem or first example. So next I will take one more example for discussion on continuity. So okay, so here is the example on continuity. So test the continuity of the function of the following function if z is equal to xy by x square. This is actually xy to the power 3 by x square plus y to the power 6. Okay, so here when z is not equal to 0, that is x comma y is not equal to 0 comma 0, and f of z is equal to 0, so the value of f of z is equal to 0 when z is equal to 0, that is z is equal to, that is x comma y at the point 0 comma 0. So at the origin functional value is 0, and without origin but except origin the functional value is x y to the power 3 by x square plus y to the power 6. Okay, so in that problem similarly I will give some same properties so as previous one. So in the previous one will give the continuity or existence of the functions, existence of the limit. So what is the existence of limit? I have already mentioned in the previous some couple of minutes. So is actually when to for the different path, if the limiting value are different, then this limit does not exist. So this limit does not exist, and if the limit is not exist, then this is not a continuous function. Okay. So we are going to discuss. Discuss is about the function is not, or the limiting value is not exist. Okay. So we are going to solve these functions or prove this one. So let f of z is equal to u plus u comma x comma y, u of x comma y plus I into b of x comma y. You know, these are complex functions where a and b are the function of x, y. Okay. So here this is actually the real part. Okay. So here u is equal to u of x comma y is equal to this, and at x y is not equal to 0 comma 0. That is 0 when u of x comma is equal to 0 at the origin. Okay. Similarly, v of x comma y is equal to 0. So v of x comma y is the imaginary part of the complex function. So imaginary part is not here in the given problem. So v of xy is equal to 0 for all xy is belongs to 0. Okay. So this is the, and I have already discussed in previous section or sorry previous slide. This is the theorem. If u and v are the continuous function, then f of z is continuous. This is the necessary and sufficient condition. If f of z is continuous, then u and v are continuous, as well as if u and v are continuous, then f of z is continuous. Okay. So we are going to prove that this function is continuous or not. Okay. So along the path xy tends to 0. So as z tends to 0, that means xy tends to 0. So we'll take x is equal to my to the power 3. This is actually the curve, and this curve will also passes through the point 0 comma 0. Okay, that's the origin. So I will take this one. So this function of this is actually the curve. Okay, and this curve is passes through the origin. So okay. So now therefore limit xy tends to 0 comma 0 u of x comma y. Okay. So after from this we will get limit y tends to 0 where x is equal to my to the power 3 my to the power 3 into y to the power 3. Okay, now putting the value of x in that fractional number or fractional function. Here x is equal to my to the power 3. So putting the value of x in here, we get my to the power 3 into y to the power 3 by x square. Okay, so x square is actually my to the power 3 whole to the power 2 plus y to the power 6. Okay, so this from this will give actually my to the power 6 by m square y to the power 6 plus y to the power 6. So now common y to the power 6 from the denominator we will get y to the power 6 by y to the power 6 into m square plus 1. Okay, So now cancel y to the power 6 on numerator and denominator, we will get this one, m by 1 plus n square. So you know m is actually not a fixed number. This is actually the variable number. So x m y to the power 3 is a curve, is not any fixed curve. This is actually variable curve. X when m is equal to 1, so this curve is m y to the power 3. When m is equal to 2, this curve will be changed and it will be x is equal to 2y to the power 3. When we will take m is equal to 3, then this curve will be different from the previous two and it will be x is equal to 3y to the power 3. So the curve are changed. Okay. So and is depend on the value of m is actually. So for the different value of m, so the limiting value of u is actually m by 1 plus n square. Okay. So for the different value of m, I will get different limiting value. Okay. So and you know this is the existence of limit. What is the existence of limit? So existence of limit is if we will take different function or different path, and for the different path will the limiting value, if the limiting value are different, then I will say this function is not exist. So that is, this function is not exist. Why it is not exist? So for the different value of m, I will it will give the different value. So the limiting value are different. So that's limit xy tends to 0, 0, u of x, y has different value for different value of m. Okay. Therefore, limit xy tends to 0, 0, u of xy does not exist. So if the limit is not exist, therefore u of xy is not continuous. So continuity is depend on the limiting value. So if limit is not exist, then this function is not continuous. Okay. So that is u of xy is not continuous. And you know there is a theorem where if u is not continuous, that is f of z is not continuous. Okay. So consequently, f of z is not continuous at the point z is equal to 0. All of you clear this one? Okay. So next, thank you. I'll stop here the first lecture.